The Rainsong Wildlife Rescue Center faces increasing challenges due to habitat destruction, electric power lines, increased traffic, and domestic animals which are decimating native species.
I'm Mary. This is Rainsong. The project involves the site, which is home base, for intensive care and high maintenance animals. For example, Kinky, that was a major save. Almost a third of her body was just burned off. There was no skin, no hair, it was muscle from electrocution, and we saved her. And it's just to get people aware that the wildlife needs protection.
The Costa Rican conservation reputation is held in high esteem worldwide. However, realities on the ground are sometimes mixed.
It's been about 8 years since tourism replaced banana and coffee exports. And they haven't really figured out yet that that means there's a responsibility that comes along with that. You know, so they're busy out there promoting the whole eco-tourism thing without taking responsibility for what that means, and that means preserving the wildlife, the habitat.
With one of the highest concentrations of environmental and conservation organizations, a trip to the national capital, San Jose, was organized to talk to some of the groups about their experiences.
Even though the government is not the champion of nature conservation and environment, claiming to the world this famous Peace with Nature initiative. On the other hand, what they do by decree, by the passing bills or by the actions of different institutions is completely the opposite. There are many initiatives today because most people and organizations have been, focused on fighting against the government or the private sector, so they have to defend themselves. Right?
In the government programme, there are only 2 mentions of sustainable development, and both mentions refer to education for sustainable development. How can we educate about sustainable development if nobody's doing anything?
Indigenous people throughout the centuries have had a very special relationship with nature. They have never relied on governments to define their relationship with natural resources.
El agua no tiene que ser privatizado, el agua no tiene que ser comercializado. Por eso, la actual constitución política del Estado señala que el agua es un derecho humano, que nadie puede hacer comercio con este líquido elemento. En Bolivia estamos fundamentalmente a partir de las poblaciones indígenas que tienen una concepción sobre el medio ambiente, que es la madre tierra, Mother Earth, la Pachamama. Entonces, es muy importante porque para nosotros el árbol es nuestro hermano, el río es nuestra hermana, los cerros son nuestras abuelas.
The world grows. Technology advances. The speed and its effects are often lost within the shadows of expanding city lines. But sometimes, the effects are most visible as nature gives way to development. 20-year local activist Thomas Ritchie reflects on some of his first thoughts of arriving in Santa Teresa.
It was the most incredible journey. Big, giant trees of canopy, like 3/4 of the way through. And the rivers, so many rivers we went through, and it just felt like we were going to the end of the world. And when we came over this one ridge, I got to see some waves down in Playa Carmen. I was like, yeah, for sure there's waves right there. It looked like a big beach. Like a little start there, And then when we turned at the bottom, there was no road to Santa Teresa, just a tiny little trail, enough for an oxen and a cart.
You have to make the best of things, no matter what you do. Remember fights and people's wives.
All we need to know about this planet is in what's left of standing nature. And all we have to do is stop chopping the forest. It's not technology if it's wrecking the planet. We have the technology. We have the great wave, solar panel, wind power, we have all these technologies, and the right batteries, the right light bulbs, the right tires, the right clothing, that wear hemp. We have it all. It's all there, it's all been done. Electric cars were done 100 years ago. As long as we're proud to be from each country instead of being proud from the world is but one country and mankind are its citizens.
Enough to handle.
Development is often understood differently by different people.
Tal vez unos que puede ser que 10 años o 8, no luz aquí, todo oscuro. A mí me parece que sí, ya, y muy bonito porque el turismo que entra, compra y nosotros nos favorecemos, ¿verdad? Con una venta o algo así, pero ya, a mí me parece que esos son los cambios que van habiendo. El lugar va haciéndose más grande, progresando más cada día, pero es como la vaca de leche, que antes teníamos la leche porque teníamos la vaca, pero ahora como la hay en el supermercado, entonces ya los preocupamos menos por la vaca.
The Nicoya Peninsula has witnessed rapid growth in the past 20 years, not only in terms of construction, but environmental loss.
Look at the beautiful place. Everyone wants to have a piece of the paradise, right? That's my intention, that's why I came here. Most of my neighbors, they came here to maintain it, you know? And this was the intention of most of the people. But now, times are changing and there's more and more people coming who don't care about nature, who only come for the money and want to turn every tree into gold.
But often at your doorstep, solutions are closer than you realize, coming in many shapes and sizes.
I'm Hart. I'm a lot of things. Father of 9 children, musician, physicist, sailor, somebody that realizes the impact that man has had, particularly the technology, has had on the planet. People like me have been into physics and technology, and they've invented things with no regard for what the real outcome was. And so I'm taking part of my life to try to come up with appropriate technology. This is made for the biggest city in the world, but it's also made to run in the smallest little community village in Africa. In order to have the world exist that we live in, you have to have all this stuff. To make a smart grid, to transition our technology into something sustainable, you have to deal with all this stuff. It's a mess. Transverter has been designed to replace all of that. This is the picture of the inside of our factory. We have, even though we're barefoot hippies on the beach here, we have a state-of-the-art SMT line, total robotics. All these things are put together with the most sophisticated process there is. So what we need from you, we need for you to help us find absolutely top-level, state-of-the-art electrical engineers, marketing people, computer programmers, people to join our team, to be part of this.